This is part 3 of the ongoing review of the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Metal Mutants 5-pack. The pack consists of the 4 Heroes in a Half Shell and the Fugitoid figure, which we will be getting to very shortly. But today, it's time to take a look at my boy, Raphael. Now, why Raphael? Well, pretty much, he's the one that's got the most attitude on the team. So, here is Raphael, and what else can I say besides it's just the Battle Shell Ninja Turtle figure. And just in case you didn't know, here you go. There's the hinge at the shell door. The only real difference is, well, it's not much actually. I mean, you can see that the green here is a little different from the actual Battle Shell figure here because it's actually a bit lighter. And this one's just a little more darker. But other than that, there's like nothing else that really changed except for the head sculpt. On the Battle Shell figure, Raphael's got a serious looking smug, and on this figure right here, I don't know what exactly is going on here. A part of it looks like he's smiling, and another part looks like he's just pissed off at the right angle, so I don't know. The back of his bandana is actually flipped up, sculpted up, which I don't understand. But, you know, differences, I like variety. I like change, but I don't know. I really can't agree with the way this is sculpted. It just doesn't look right, at least to me. But, of course, when you got him all assembled in his space outfit, you're not going to notice it anyway. Now, so, unlike the other turtles that I reviewed, he doesn't have a belt underneath this nice, very vac-metalized red belt, which looks awesome. Yes, Playmates Toys just chopped it all off. As you can see right here, if I can actually get a good light, you can actually see a part of the peg to the original belt that was on this figure has been sliced. And if we look in very closely here, you can see the initial R standing for Raphael on the belt, which is not show accurate. Oh, and speaking of show accuracy, you know, I can understand that when it comes to toys, there has to be a change to just make it pop. But there's just one thing that really gets to me that I gotta say is kind of a rant with this set. And I did not notice it until I saw the season premiere yesterday. And that's the fact that these figures do not come with any gravity boots. You know, I can complain about the colors not being right, but I understand why that is. I can understand why the belt's not the right color, why it's got the initials instead of actually having that, like, glowing piece to the buckle that was shown in the CGI show. But, you know, letting that all slide, the fact is, the only thing that I've really got to complain about is the fact that these figures do not consist of accessories for their feet, which they do have in the show. That is the only thing that is really missing to these designs. They do not have their anti-gravity boots. Where are they? Why didn't Playmates Toys give them these? As far as I know, it's not just this 5-pack, it's also on the Dimension X single-carded figures. They do not come with any anti-gravity boots, so I'm really disappointed about that, and I'm sorry, it is a negative about these figures, so I gotta throw something up there. While I do love these figures, the fact is, they really missed out on a perfect opportunity. But, oh well. That aside, that's pretty much going to do it for the figure, so let's go ahead and look at what accessories did come with this figure, which is pretty much the same deal as all the other turtle figures. So here's your space helmet and chest piece. The only difference is that this sculpted piece right here is actually a separate piece that can be removed if you so choose. And it looks pretty nice for what it is. But there's that. Here's also his chrome knuckle bits. We'll get to those. Here's his arm guards. And here's his thigh pieces, which are actually a different sculpt from the other turtle figure. So, variety. Nice. And last but not least, for accessories, obviously, what's Raphael without his sides? Now, here's the one thing I got to say about this. I understand why they look like this, and it really doesn't bug me that much, but the fact is there's no paint love going on to these weapons. So, if you've seen the first episode of the new season, you know exactly what these look like, and while it is very accurate, the fact is there's you can't understand what exactly is going on here without some paint. It is nice that these are actually hard plastic, but since this is transparent like all the other weapons, you do run the risk of breaking it over time. Anyway, that's going to do it, so I'll go ahead and just assemble the figure in his spacesuit, and we'll finish up this review. Alright, so here's Raphael, all assembled in his spacesuit, decked out in that vac metallized chrome goodness, and, you know, it's not show accurate, but for the most part, it pretty much is. Just the color scheme's all wrong, but I don't care. I like the vac metallized chrome on these figures. It makes them pop, and makes them look good for display, even though I won't be messing around with these figures, because pretty much you really can't. I mean, you can. They're fully posable with these space outfits on, which is a nice touch. I'm glad that Playmates Toys took a little time into figuring out how to get these figures to move with all this gear on them. So, no problem there. Only real issue is that they really can't hold their weapons too well. I mean, Raph's got a little bit of some trouble, but not as much as the other Turtle figures that I reviewed. He's actually hanging on to his weapons pretty well, even though they're pretty much sticking at the end of the fingertips, so, oh well, you know, it's all because of these chrome knuckle bits. What are you gonna do? Still, I like these figures. I really do. Great figures. I just wish that Playmates Toys could have just went the extra mile and gave them those anti-gravity boots that were shown in the first episode of the new season. Why didn't they do it? They missed out on a perfect opportunity to give them the complete assembly. It doesn't look right now. I can't let that go. I just can't get over the fact that they don't have the anti-gravity boots. It would have been nice if there was a little bling bling down here at the bottom of their feet to complete the look of this, because it really would have stand out amongst a lot of my collection. I just, it's an opportunity that was wasted. I really wish there was something I could do about it, but the fact is, there's nothing I can do about it. But, overall, great figures nonetheless. And we've only got one more Ninja Turtle figure to review, which is Michelangelo, obviously. And then we'll be hitting up the Fugitoid. So, I'll be finishing up this review very shortly. It's only like, what, 2 more videos to go? So, yeah, great figures so far. I can't wait to get to Michelangelo and the Fugitoid. So let's just go ahead and push forward. If you've got any questions or comments, you know what to do. Just leave them down below. If you agree with me about the anti-gravity boots problem, with Playmates not adding these to the figures, you know, hit the like button, or just let me know down below. And until the next video review, this is Sonic Ranger signing out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you see me.